So on Sunday, I did a video about Margaret Nduta, who was arrested in Vietnam and was sentenced to death penalty for smuggling of cocaine. A few days later, the family had an interview on a national television in Kenya. And here's a story of what the family is requesting for the government to do. So I want us to just watch this story. And this is the mother and the brothers and the family are requesting for their daughter's case to be appealed or for their daughter to be brought back to Kenya to serve the sentence in Kenya. So let's watch this video.
Tears and pain. Purity Wangare, the mother of Margaret Nduta, is struggling to contain her emotions after receiving heartbreaking news about her daughter. For over a year, Wangare had lived with eager anticipation, yearning for the day she would reunite with her child. After she left home in 2023, she had held on to hope, dreaming of seeing her daughter succeed and build a bright future. However, on Saturday, those dreams were shattered.
Akanipigia, akanijabia, mam, nilipata Magi wetu alikuwa kotini na akachikwa na akahukumiwa kunyongwa.
She recounts that it was her daughter's first time traveling overseas in search of better opportunities. The 37-year-old woman had hopes of settling in the foreign country if things had worked in her favor. Now the family is pleading with the Kenyan government to intervene.
Mimi amuomba munisaidie, muniletee huyo msichana huku, alafu mkitaka kumfuga mumfugie huku. Mpeleke huku Kenya na muomba tu.
Ile information yenye tuko nayo ni kwamba alihukumiwa tarehe 6 na amepewa siku 7 aweze kufanya appeal, otherwise ataweza kufanyiwa kulingana na hukumu yenye iliweza kutolewa. So tumebakisha siku 2, kwa hivyo serikali ingilia kati na mfanye haraka huyo msichana wetu arudi hapa Kenya.
Relatives believe she deserves a second chance and are appealing for diplomatic intervention.
Na tunajua msichana wetu alikuwa msichana mzuri, amekuwa akiwa msichana mzuri wa kanisa, na ndio hatutaki kuongea sana, lakini hatuna uhakika na hayo maneno ambayo inasemekana.
Anaweza leta hapa nchini ahukumiwe huko, yani afungiwe huko, asinyongwe huko Vietnam.
Margaret Nduta Macharia was convicted by the People's Court of Vietnam on March 6th after being found guilty of smuggling over 2 kilograms of cocaine. She had been arrested in July 2023 while on transit. Margaret Kimathi, NTV.
Those that do not understand the mother, she was talking Kikuyu, so she's basically requesting for the government to come in and assist, or rather making an appeal, a cry to the government to have their daughter brought back to Kenya and serve her time in Kenya. Number 2, they said there's an option of an appeal. Now, when it comes to appeal, maybe a lot of people don't understand how an appeal works, but chances of this case being appealed are very slim. And the reason I say that is because, and I am not by any legal means a law student, but when an appeal is done to a case, they don't look at the judgment, which in this case is the judgment was Margaret will be put to death, which is considered a death sentence. But what they look at is the process or the procedure that the issuing or the standing judge followed to make this judgment. So, in example, in Margaret's case, the issuing judge that gave a judgment of a death sentence, what they would do is they would go back and look, did this judge play by the book? Did this judge follow the law to issue this sentence? Now, if the judge played by the book, if it's Vietnam's law that if you're caught smuggling drugs over 2.4 kilos, you should be put to death, then in this case, the appeal would be denied. You've seen cases where you've heard an appeal was filed, but it was denied. The only reason it was denied is they don't want to overturn the judge rulings. A lot of times, the judge rulings are final, but an appeal is done, and they go back and look, did this judge follow the right procedures? Did this judge play by the laws? Did this judge play by the books? Now, if something was not fair, if something was outside of his jurisdiction or he went against the laws, then an appeal would be granted. But if it clearly states in Vietnam that if you're caught smuggling over 2.4 kilos of cocaine or any other drugs for that matter, then that case of Margaret would be denied. Now, would she be allowed to serve time in Kenya? I highly doubt that, there's any possibilities of, her being able to serve her time in Kenya, because she's already been sentenced in Vietnam and she's been sentenced to death. Now, what I believe would be right, what I believe is justice for the family, the mother should be allowed to see her daughter before she's put to death. Now, that is one thing I believe is possible, and it can be made to happen, right? Now, I don't think the appeal would work in this case. I don't think that she would be granted to come and serve her time in Kenya. But I believe that there's somebody somewhere who can make it possible for the mother, for the family to be able to see their daughter before she is put to death. And that is my appeal to you today. This is the last wish of a mother to her dying daughter. This is the last will of a mother to be able to see her daughter before she's put to death. Now, I'm appealing to you today. I believe in the power of social media. I believe that it is possible for somebody somewhere to make a call and make it possible for this crying woman, for this, at a very low time in her life where her daughter will be put to death. I believe somebody somewhere can grant her wish to be able to see her daughter before she's put to death. Now, I might not be in a capacity to make that happen. You might not be in a capacity to make that happen. But somebody somewhere can for sure, make it happen for this crying woman, for these very heartbroken woman to be able to see her daughter before she's put to death. So, with that being said, my request to you today is to share this video. Share this video so there's somebody who can make it happen for this crying lady to see her daughter before she's put to death. Let's make sure that somebody somewhere sees this video. And I pray to God that that will be made possible before this girl is put to death. I pray to God that this lady finds peace. And as we share this video, let's hope that somehow it will be possible for this lady to see her daughter before that day comes. Well, stay blessed. God bless you.